Hello, welcome back to my channel. I know I just did a book unhaul a couple months ago, weeks ago. I don't even really know at this point. Feels like it wasn't that long ago, but I'm ready for another one because I feel like I got my shelves looking really beautiful in my last reorganization. And it kind of, have you ever heard the term clutter blindness? That's kind of what I was having, and now that my shelves are looking pretty nice, I am starting to notice a lot of the books that I've read and that I just don't want on my shelves anymore. I'm also noticing a lot of books that I've given a try, like I've tried to read them, and I don't ever intend on finishing them or giving them another try, or books that I just straight up didn't like and don't want anymore.
And even maybe some books that I did like, but I just don't want anymore.
Let's go through my shelves and do a little bit of unhauling so I can make room for all the beautiful books I do love. Okay, first off, I'm looking at this shelf down here, and I don't know if you can see it properly, but specifically these books. Okay, so I read Grave Mercy in 2021 and I really liked it. It's like dusty. But I don't ever plan on continuing the series, really. I love this cover. I really liked this. I give it 4 stars, but I don't know. I would have to reread this to continue, and I don't see myself doing that, but I do really love this cover, and I do recommend this book if you are into YA fantasy. I think, yeah, I'm pretty sure this is YA fantasy. I had a really fun time with it, but I just don't ever see myself continuing. And then we have the Demon King and Crimson Crown. And I just don't know about these. I love the covers, but I don't know. So this is book 1 and this is book 4. I should look up how long the series is and then be real with myself if I'll ever read it. And maybe I can try the first book, and if I don't like it, then I unhaul these. I'm not really sure. I do know that I got these on a discount website. I can't remember which website. It's been years now. But they do have like the black dots, so I didn't pay very much for these. I have an easier time getting rid of books if I didn't really pay full price for them. And then on that same shelf, we have the Hush Hush series, which I have read this series, and I will never read this again. It's like a Fallen Angel series, and I know I read Hush Hush for a 24-hour readathon, and then I ended up finishing the series after that, and I just don't ever plan on picking these up again. And they're not like nostalgic or anything, so because sometimes I'll keep books just because they feel nostalgic to me because I read them as a kid or I read them as a teenager or something. These just don't have that feeling for me, so I'm going to unhaul these. And I did buy these all secondhand, I think from thrift books, so yeah, I'm sure that there's some teenager out there that will find these and pick them up and read them. I don't hate the series, but yeah, I just don't need these. And then we have Raven Boys down here. I do actually want to give the series another try. I read Raven Boys and I loved it, and then I saw DNF the second book. So I just need to get back on that, and I think one day I'll give that series another try. Okay, we have Bone Crier's Moon. I'm not really sure about this. Is this a series? Okay, yeah, so Bone Crier's Dawn, it looks like. Oh, it's a duology. Okay. So maybe I'll give it, let me know if you've read this, if I should give it a shot, a chance.
Should I read this or should I unhaul?
I'll keep it there for now, but that should probably go on the chopping block. Okay, and then I have a lot of Colleen Hoover that I really don't want to keep anymore. Yeah, so big reason why I even still have this book is because this cover went away, and I was like, I like this cover, and so I was like, I could keep it for that. But I did not like this book. I give it 3, well, okay, 3 stars means I liked it, but it's probably more of a 2.5 star. I would never read this again, and I just didn't care for it, so I should probably get rid of it. And then Without Merit, I never read this. So I don't know. Maybe I'll keep it so that I can at least give it a try, because I don't want to unhaul like all of my unread books, you know? I have a special edition of Heartbones here. So I have 2 copies of Heartbones. I hate getting rid of special editions, and I don't know. I'm gonna keep those just like for now. And then I have 2 copies of Ugly Love. One of them is a signed copy. So I could just like get rid of that because I don't really need the signed copy. And then this is the copy that I read. So I guess I could just keep that and then get rid of the signed copy. Okay, and then I have this edition of It Starts With Us. I had pre-ordered this and I liked It Starts With Us. I do think like whenever people say it was a cash grab or whatever, I mean, she's an author and she's trying to make money, so yeah, it kind of was a cash grab. Like, the book did not need to be written, really. But for those of us who wanted more of their story, we got it. And I just don't think I'm ever going to read it again. So I definitely don't need a special edition of this. I'm a lot more picky with what special edition books I buy now. Now, I still will buy special edition books of books I've not read before, but not multiple copies, if that makes sense. So yeah, I had bought this, pre-ordered this, and then this is the copy I read. I'll keep this for now. But yeah. Okay, and then Hopeless. I did not love this. It is kind of annotated. I don't know. I don't need to keep this on my shelves, I don't think. I didn't love the book. I liked it, but I didn't love it. Okay, and then we have Maybe Someday by Colleen Hoover, and I kept telling myself maybe someday I will read this. I did try reading it, and I got like 100 pages in and I DNF'd it. It looks like I even wrote, do you see that little red flag? Yeah, I even wrote a red flag in the book, and then I DNF'd. I literally underlined 70 pages in, so I wrote all up in this book. This was when I used to annotate before, like, actually knowing if I would like a book. So now I don't do that. I wait at least 50, 60 pages to write in a book so that I can know if I'm really gonna like it. So I don't just annotate in every book now, but like past Lachlan, you know, we had lessons to learn. And I'm gonna get rid of this because I don't ever see myself picking this back up. I just think about this book and it just gives me bad vibes because of why I DNF'd it. I just don't want to read this. Okay, so, and then we have All Your Perfects. I did like this. I really like this purple cover, but I annotated in this one. So I don't really know. I think I'll revisit this at a later time. So I'll just leave it there for now. Okay, and then we have Chloe Lee's. So Ever After Always was actually a gift. So I'm definitely going to keep Ever After Always. Always Only You, I hated. And again, this was like when I used to annotate in books if I didn't even know that I would like them or not. And it's so funny because I literally wrote, they're so cute, right there. Hold on if I can find it. Where did it go? And I really went hard on the annotating. Yeah, it looks cute. But I really didn't love this. So then I have book 1 and 3. So I have not read book 3 yet. Okay, and then we have Two Wrongs Make a Right. I annotated in this. Y'all know I have a hard time getting rid of books that I annotate, so why do I keep freaking annotating in books that I don't love? Like, tell me why I do this to myself. Because I did not end up liking this. So I kind of like set myself up for another failure. And the tabs are like so cute too. I freaking hate that about me. But I think I'm gonna get rid of it because like, I don't know, I didn't care for it. I did not care for that. And then we have a bunch of Allie Hazelwoods, and I don't think I'm ready yet to get rid of any of those. And when I say yet because I didn't like Check and Mate that much. So if I were to get rid of one, it would be that. But I'm just like not ready yet because that stack is really cute and I just really like it. Okay. And then we have Too Late. I still really want to read this. This is a Colleen Hoover and it's a thriller. I think it's a thriller. I don't know, but I'm going to put it over here. Okay, let's see what else. The Encyclopedia of Fairies, Emily Wilde. I ordered this because I was like, oh, I love... That's cute, right? But I read this and I didn't love it. And I have 2 copies of this book. And I don't need it. 2 copies. So I'm going to get rid of one. Okay, and then The Witcher, The Last Wish. I'm going to see if my husband wants this because he did read some of the series. And this edition is cool. But I don't ever plan on reading it. So I do love the show and I like the video game a lot. Actually, unsubscribing from the show? Absolutely not. I'm not watching The Wisher. The new cat? No. We're not even going to talk about it. We're not talking about that. So yeah. Video game is great. Book series, I'm probably never going to read it. Okay. Obsession by JLA. This is like a part of the other series I own, which is actually over here. You can't see it, but I think I'm going to make the executive decision and literally get rid of all of these because I really like the Lux series, but I don't think I ever really am going to read the spin-off, which is this series and then this series. Like I just don't see myself doing it. And also this one is signed, so that's kind of cool. But yeah. Okay, and then we have Never. I don't know. So I was given the hardback by the publisher and I really appreciate that. It's really pretty, but I don't know if I'm ever going to reread this. I don't know. I'll just keep it for now. But it's kind of offensive it being right next to 7 Days in June, which is one of my all-time favorite romances. If you've not read this, it's so good. Anyways, okay. So I feel like I've cleared out some. Oh, there's this. Dark Shores by Danielle L. Jensen. I ordered a signed copy off of Etsy and the author spelled my name wrong. And that like really annoyed me because I don't know, like when you order a signed copy, like I put how my name is spelled. I'm like, whatever. For that reason alone, I think this is a duology. I'm not really sure, but I don't think I'm gonna read it. Okay, then we have the After series down here. And I think I'm going to keep the first book. Because, I don't know, it's kind of iconic. But like, I don't ever see myself reading the rest. And I did read After We Collided. And I never got to After We Fell or these books. So, After We Fell is so long. Like, that is a chunky book. I'm just gonna get rid of these. They serve their purpose for a little while. And I do have really cringy reading vlogs for these. Well, for the first 2 anyway. Okay, and then we have Most of All You, which is another annotated book that I didn't end up loving. I'm gonna get rid of it. Today is the day. The annotated books that I'm having a hard time getting rid of, I'm getting rid of them. Because like, I don't need this. Okay, this book right here, Sustained. I think I was gifted this, not like by a friend, but I think it was by a publisher. Thank you for the free book, but I'm probably not going to read this. And like, it wasn't a book that I requested or anything like that. It was just like sent to me. So I don't know. I don't know about this one. Okay, and then let's see. There's a lot of these I want to get to by the end of the summer, and if I don't, I need to unhaul them. So I'm gonna keep these. Winter Girls. I read this like whenever I was a teenager, and this was one of the books I was looking at my shelves and I was like, why do I still own this book? Truly baffles me that I still have this, along with Winter People. I read this so long ago, 2014. Yeah. And then Winter Girls was published in 2009. So I was in high school whenever I read this. And like, I can't believe I still own it. Like, that's so wild to me. But it's like one of those books that has just gone past the clutter, you know? But now I'm like, I see you and you do not belong here anymore. Also, Fixer Upper. I know you can't see the shelf that I'm pulling off of, but it's like right here. I purchased this from a friend and I just don't think I'm ever gonna read this. This is by Lucy Score. I don't know, this cover is really bad, but so these three are definitely gonna go. And then I'm gonna add Paperweight to the list because this is another one that I read. I think it was like those toxic YA books. Oh, this was 2014, so I don't know what I was doing. I was in college. Anyway, that can go because that just doesn't need to be in my library anymore. The Life-Changing Magic of Tidying Up. I don't know, this book's kind of cute. I'm gonna keep this. This crystal book, it's gotten past a lot of unhauls by now, and I think it's finally time for me to let this go. Because this was, like, it served its purpose for a while. I was like, I mean, I still really like crystals. I think they're really pretty, but I just don't need to own a book about crystals. Okay, and then I have 2 copies of A Great and Terrible Beauty. So I'm like, I could probably just keep one of them and then get rid of the other one. It's weird, they have different publishers. I don't know. I'll come back to that. Okay, and then The Kite Runner. I've heard this is really good. Let me know if you've read this. I've heard it's amazing, but like, should I read it? Oh, this one was like hiding on the bottom. This was like super out of place. Oblivion by JLA. I am going to add this to the unhaul because that's a part of that one series. This is a YA. This is a spin-off series and I'm just not gonna get to it. Okay, and then on that same shelf, I have The Millionaire Next Door. There was a time in my life where I was super into books about money, and I'm still keeping some of them because some of them like changed my life. I did read this, and this one like didn't change my life, so I am going to get rid of this. Up here we have Ember in the Ashes. Oh shit. Yeah. So I'm thinking about unhauling this because I DNF'd this and I don't know. I don't know. Can you tell me if I should read this or not? Because I'm really tempted to get rid of this. Okay, I'm quickly going to run through my shelves and just pick out some more that I want to unhaul, and then we'll talk about them. Okay, so I'm on the floor and all the books fell over. So I'm quickly gonna just like eyeball them and see which ones I've talked about and which ones I haven't. Oh my gosh, this is about to fall over. I'm pretty sure I've talked about this entire stack, but there's some here I haven't talked about. Okay, Language of Thorns by Leigh Bardugo. I did start reading this. I don't know if I ever finished it. Oh, I put a note. It says, this one reminded me of Hansel and Gretel. Interesting. I think that this book is so pretty. It's like a collection of short stories, like fairy tale type stories. Yeah, if you like that kind of thing, I highly recommend this, but I don't think I'm ever gonna pick this back up. I've already given it a try and I did read like half of it. I definitely just like don't need this one anymore. Okay, and then this is the second edition of Encyclopedia of Fairies, Emily Wilde's Encyclopedia of Fairies by Heather Falkett, and I annotated this and I didn't end up really liking this. I gave it like 3 stars. And I have the other edition that I'm also getting rid of down here, that paperback. And I'm going to get rid of this too because I don't intend on reading the second one. This one just didn't pique my interest enough. It was kind of boring, to be honest. Then we have Winterwood by Shay Earnshaw. And I tried to read this in January and I soft DNF'd it. This has been on my shelves for a few years now. And I thought that this January would be the winter that I read this, and I tried and I DNF'd it. I got 30 pages in and looks like I was just bored. It's a really, really pretty book. I will say that. I just know that I'm not probably gonna pick this back up. I have this Sarah Dessen Lock and Key. I got this from Goodwill like a year or 2 ago. I think it was like 2 years ago at this point. And I just don't know. If y'all can let me know whether or not like this is good or not. I've never read a Sarah Dessen book before. This is gonna be up to you guys, okay? Like, let me know what to do with that. Because I've not even given it a try, but I don't know. I just know that it's like a super old romance and I don't know how it's like held up or anything. I decided to unhaul Bone Crier's Moon. I know I said I was gonna like keep it. Unless one of y'all is like screaming in the comments to keep this book, I'm probably gonna get rid of it. But let me know if I should just keep it. I don't know. It's a duology, so there's that. It's like not like a whole series. I mean, the cover is really, really pretty. But yeah, I just don't know. I don't know about that. And then we have, I have a hard time getting rid of this one because of the trauma bond that I experienced. No, but seriously, I just did like lots of annotating. But the second half of this, oh, there we are. Which, by the way, I forgot to put my ring back on. Anyways, I just now noticed that. Yeah, I know I'm never gonna read this again, and I don't want to keep a book just because it's annotated. So, goodbye. I gave this book 1 star. It's just like straight up trauma porn. There's kind of like my whole review on this book. My whole review would be summarized with that annotation. And then J.R. Ward's The Jackal. I know that this is like a whole series, and I got this off of some kind of online discount shop years ago, and I just don't know about this. I don't really have anything to say other than like, I just don't think I'm ever gonna pick this up. Okay, and then this one, I already have this series and I don't need this edition. I don't need 2 editions. I think that this is really pretty with the rose, but it has this ugly non-removable sticker that just honestly ruins the cover. They could have really just not done that, and then it would have been a fabulous black, pink, rose cover, but no, they had to go and ruin it. So I still have the rest of the series, but just the other editions. I don't need this one. And then Vampire Kisses, The Beginning by Ellen Schreiber. I don't read this anymore. Like, I don't know. I'm good. I'm good on that. I'm good on the vampire. There's other vampire books I would rather read. And then speaking of vampire, Vampire Nights. This is just the first volume. That's it. This series is out of print, so it's not like I can even get the rest of the series. So there's no point in me owning just that one volume. And then Room Hate by Penelope Ward. This was a book that I purchased off of a friend, and I just don't really... Oh, this is so funny. The person I purchased it from, they still have their gift. This was not given to me, but this was gifted to them. And they forgot to take out the little gift thing. May of 2021. Anyway, yeah, so Room Hate. I just don't think I'm ever going to pick this up. Like, I'm good. Bully by Penelope Douglas. I enjoyed it. I read it. I gave it 3 stars. I'm never going to read it again. It's... You know, I did annotate, but yeah, I'm gonna get rid of that. Misconduct by Penelope Douglas. Miss Penelope Douglas. Honestly, I heard that there's a non-con scene in this where basically she says no and then he doesn't listen. And that, I'm good. Like, I don't want to read it. I don't want to have anything to do with it, to be honest. I don't want it on my shelves anymore. And also the spine is so ugly. Like, get real. That's not Penelope Douglas's fault. I actually love their books so much, but I know I'm not gonna like this. So I bought it before I knew that there was like that non-con scene. And I know it's like technically dub-con because apparently in her head she wants it, but like she says no. And so to me, I'm like, that's non-con. She says no and then he continues. And I don't care what's going on up in her head. If she says no, like that's non-con. And I just don't like reading that. And then Stolen Air by Holly Black. I did not like this. I liked it enough. It was 3 stars. But like, I open up to my first annotation and it literally says, I don't care about anything being described. I did annotate and my tabs. Yeah, I love my tabs. Especially like the colors I picked. But I am not going to reread this, and I'm not reading Prisoner's Throne or whatever it's called. I just have no interest. This was a big disappointment for me, so I'm sorry, Holly Black. Okay, these are literally about to fall over. Okay. Then we have Forget Me Not by Julie Soto. I read this. I did read it and I gave it 3 stars. So I annotated a little bit, but that's not enough reason for me to keep it. So I didn't love it. The cover though, you guys, is so pretty. Like the detail in their faces, and then yeah, I love this cover so much. It's about this girl who like plans weddings. So I'm not a big fan of weddings just in general, because in this economy, I don't even know how people can afford weddings, but I digress, okay? It's about a wedding planner and it's really cute. And if you like cutesy romances that are around like wedding planning and shit, you will love this. You will eat this shit up. It is a really cute book. But it didn't hit it for me, you know, it didn't scratch anything. And then My Roommate is a Vampire. I mean, it's fine. It's like a cute little rom-com that like she moves in with a vampire and what have you. But I gave it like 2.5 or 3 stars, and I'm good. I just don't need it anymore. Okay, and then another Penelope Douglas. I'm so sorry. I literally love their books. Okay, Penelope is who got me into dark romance. Their Devil's Night series is really like what got me into dark romance. But I did not like this, so I don't really plan on continuing the series. If I do, I can still read them like from the library or something, but I don't need to own it. So that could just like go on top of the pile here. Is that everything? Oh my gosh. I feel like that's everything. Which is like so crazy. Okay, I'm gonna count now.
So 1, 2, 3, 4. Wait. Oh my gosh. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. I've already, okay. What, you know what? I suck. Like, literally, I'm gonna make 2 piles, and then I'm gonna fucking count them.
$52 books, which is really good considering I feel like I just had a book unhaul a few weeks ago. But yeah, I really just wanted to make more room on my shelves for books I really, really love. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed watching. If you made it this far, you can leave a bunch of roses in the comments. Scatter some roses. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you did like this video. If you want more content from me, you can find me on Patreon. You can sign up for the $13 tier and you get 2 extra videos from me a month, as well as other content. It's all explained on Patreon though, and then I also have Instagram. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video.